Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Elizabeth DeRoba. The Hazleton area boys basketball team secured a spot in the PIAA Class 6A quarterfinal following a 60-54 win over District 1 champion Conestoga on Wednesday evening. During Wednesday's matchup, the Cougars took an early lead and never looked back, ending the first quarter 14-4 and maintaining a lead of at least 3 points for the rest of the game. In the quarterfinal, the Hazleton team will face off against the District 12 runner-up Father Judge from Philadelphia. The last time the Hazleton area boys advanced to the quarterfinal was in 2018 when they lost to Philadelphia Abraham Lincoln in the PIAA semifinals. The game will take place at the Easton Middle School on Saturday, March 15th at 2:30 p.m. The Hazleton area girls basketball team also secured a spot in the PIAA quarterfinal following a 62-48 point game against Bethlehem Liberty on Tuesday night. The Lady Cougars will continue forward in the tournament on Friday, March 14th when they take on Perkiomen Valley. With an undefeated record for the season, Hazleton head coach Joe Gavio said the team feels confident going into the next matchup.
They feel pretty good. We just wanted to win. We didn't care about how many we won by. We just wanted to win the game. And we might have got a little tight early. You start looking at the clock, and then they're making a three, you get a foul, and then all of a sudden you look at the 1 point game. Oh, we made shots. They make shots. They count by. And that's who we always say. So I like this team. I trust them, and we're going on.
The game will take place at Liberty High School in Bethlehem, beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. A local soccer team will soon be making their way to Spain for an international event. The Mountaintop Football Club Mayhem team has been invited to participate in the Barcelona Academy World Cup. MTFC Mayhem players were selected out of the top 10% of players in the country to fly to Spain and compete with other academy teams. We spoke with MTFC coach Raymond Crook, who told us more about how the team qualified for this event.
It all just came about by the boys wanting to go to a camp. We saw that Barcelona was coming to the area, so down near Philly. So a group of the boys went down for the week and competed. And then a couple of weeks later, we got an email saying that they qualified for this camp.
Once the team arrives in Spain, they will be facing off against Barcelona's academy teams.
They're going to have 4 or 5 games against different levels of the academy teams, their first team, second team, third team. And they're also going to train, they're going to have double sessions every single day that they're down there. So they're going to be experiencing a lot of different coaching, a lot of different skill sets of different players that have also been selected to go down. So they're going to be training with top competition, and they're going to get to compete against the top teams in Spain.
Crux said that he has been coaching with some of the players for several years, and he is excited that they get to experience this unique opportunity.
These kids have competed everywhere from Florida to Philly, and now we're going to Spain. A couple of them even train with the Philadelphia Union at this point. So these kids put in a lot of work, and they're really putting mountaintop soccer on the map and helping us achieve things that we've never really achieved in our local area. So it's kind of cool to see.
Outside of the academy team matches, Crux said that the team will experience other activities during their time in Spain.
The first day they get there, they're going to go see Barcelona, the professional team. They're going to get to go see them in their home match. They're going to get to go train on the Mediterranean Sea one day, and a couple other different things throughout the week where they're going to get out and sightsee and experience the culture of Spain.
We also spoke with one of the players, Daniel Benyo, who told us what it's been like preparing for this trip.
It's very exciting, it took a lot of work to get here, and it's just been a pretty fun journey, and starts here.
From all of us here at WYLN, we would like to wish MTFC Mayhem the best of luck as they travel to Spain. Coming up on WYLN News, the FBI is searching for a man from East Stroudsburg. Plus, Wilkes-Barre Township Police investigate a hit and run. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
WYLN News is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network Pediatric Rehabilitation Services in Hazleton, a brand new location custom designed with children in mind. Our team of therapists and specialists improve the lives of children who need physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech-language pathology.
My name is Charlie. I am 8, and the forecast for tomorrow is partly cloudy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman.
Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to WYLN News. A man from East Stroudsburg is wanted by the FBI following a stabbing in New Jersey. According to officials, 26-year-old Ricky Angel Vargas has been charged in federal court with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution after being indicted on charges of first-degree murder. New Jersey police say the stabbing took place at a bar and grill in Garfield, New Jersey, and resulted in the death of 31-year-old Richard Franceschi. According to officials, 3 other men were also involved in the stabbing, including 23-year-old Jason Rivera of East Stroudsburg. Detectives say Vargas does not have a valid driver's license and is known to use rideshare apps and public transit to travel. Vargas is described by investigators as standing 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighing 200 pounds. Police say Vargas usually wears glasses, has numerous tattoos on his arms and hands, and typically has facial hair. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts can contact the FBI Newark Field Office at 973-792-3000. A reward of up to $15,000 is being offered for information leading to his arrest. Wilkes-Barre Township Police are attempting to locate a vehicle involved in a hit-and-run. According to officers, the incident took place on Pulaski Street in Wilkes-Barre around 6:00 p.m. on March 12th. Anyone with information regarding the possible location of the vehicle or the identity of the owner is asked to contact Wilkes-Barre Township Police at 570-208-4635, extension 326. The Wright Center's Driving Better Health Mobile Medical and Dental Unit is returning to Hazleton later this month. A mobile full care clinic will be held from 10:00 a.m. to 2:00 p.m. on Tuesday, March 18th and Wednesday, March 19th at the Hazleton Area School District Administration Building. An additional full care clinic will also be held on Wednesday, March 26th at the Hazleton Integration Project located at 225 East 4th Street in Hazleton. The clinics are tailored to school-aged children and college students and offer school and sports physicals, vaccinations, and wellness visits. Appointments are required. To schedule an appointment, you can call 570-230-0019. Routine vaccinations are also available to the general public on a walk-in basis during the clinics, based on vaccine availability. Individuals under the age of 17 must be accompanied by a parent or guardian. Guests are asked to bring identification and insurance cards with them to the clinic. Coming up on Berwick's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Williamsport, Part 4. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nescopeck and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
Are you sitting at home living in pain? Maybe it's in your hands, maybe your back or your hips. The good news is you don't need to live in pain. Why? Because there is Omega XL, a one-of-a-kind, natural, powerful joint relief supplement created from the green lip mussels of New Zealand. Drug-free, non-habit forming. It's small, easy to swallow, and it's backed by more than 40 years of clinical research. As I was getting older, my joints started to feel that wear and tear. But then I tried Omega XL and it changed my life. If you're experiencing daily aches and pains due to aging and overuse, try Omega XL and see the difference it can make in your life.
Buy one, get two free. 2 bottles of Omega XL plus Vitamin XL D3, a value of more than $85. Call today and you pay only $39.95. Plus, you have nothing to lose because it's backed by our 60-day money-back guarantee. Call now.
On this week's show, you're going to see Eric Ben Fleet's story. 20 years ago, he got hurt at work, had surgery, has screws and plates in his back. He was afraid of chiropractors. Now he's under chiropractic care. Watch the show to see how gentle and effective chiropractic can be.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
While Sylvandale Park closed to Williamsporters at the beginning of the 1930s, other amusement parks in the area would fill its void. One was Max M. Brown Memorial Park, which was opened in 1924. The land for it had been donated by Standard Woodpipe Company President Jacob C. Brown, and the park was named in honor of his late brother. The park featured its own roller coaster, and other rides included a Ferris wheel, whip ride, and bumper cars. A baseball diamond was added in 1926, and other non-ride amenities would include a dance hall, skating rink, tennis courts, and a swimming beach. Memorial Park also featured a zoo from the late 20s until it was destroyed in a fire in 1936. While the rides have since been removed, Memorial Park is still in use as a municipal park today, for Williamsport complete with its own pool. Another Williamsport area amusement park would open along Lycoming Creek on August 8, 1931. It was owned and operated by sisters Beatrice, Henrietta, and Victory Baumgart, who had previously owned a roller skating rink at Sunbury's Island Park. A contest was held to name the new park, and the winning entry of Sunset Park was given by 15-year-old Ruth Sadler of Williamsport's Newberry section and 9-year-old Betty Bratzler of Montgomery. Both girls split a $50 prize. The opening festivities of the park including a hot air balloon demonstration, an orchestra, and fireworks, as well as parachute jumps all week by Miss North Carolina Patricia Holderness. Guests to Sunset Park could ride numerous attractions, from an airplane ride to a carousel to a whip to a Ferris wheel. A 2,000-foot-long beach, skating rink, and picnic pavilions were also on the property. Numerous famous band leaders would play shows at the park over the years, from Ozzie Nelson to Benny Goodman to Guy Lombardo. Sunset Park closed in the early 1950s, and a Wise store stands on the property today. Living along the Susquehanna's West Branch always put Williamsport residents at the mercy of the river during floods. And one of the worst in the city's history struck on March 17th and March 18th, 1936. 4 inches of rain fell throughout the state after a quick warm-up, which quickly melted a heavy snowpack in the Williamsport area. The waters rose to nearly 34 feet and inundated 70% of the city, knocking out power. The only remaining connection to the outside world during this time was a WRAK radio, which was able to stay on the air by continued use of emergency car batteries. The station coordinated with Al Glaze, who transmitted from them via shortwave radio from his house on High Street above the floodwaters. Locally, the flood became known as the Hello Al flood from Glaze's signature while sending messages about the whereabouts of flood victims that had come to him to report their status. In the aftermath of the flood, Williamsport would build a higher levee on the river to prevent similar damage from happening again. Calm permeated the nation in the ensuing years, even as storm clouds broke elsewhere around the world. Hawaii seemed as far away from the fighting as possible from those there. Among those there on December 7, 1941 was Joe Lockard, who had been born in Williamsport in 1922. He had been assigned to operate the radar installation at Opana Point with trainee George Elliott. The two men arrived for their shift around 7 a.m. that morning. No sooner had they turned on the radar than a massive blip appeared on the screen, bigger than anything Lockard had ever seen before. Lockard and Elliott plotted the blip outward and determined it was about 137 miles from Hawaii. Lockard grabbed the phone and called around to Port Shafter, only to find the switchboard staff was out to breakfast. Finally, he was able to get through to Lieutenant Kermit Tyler on the line. Tyler, however, told Lockard not to worry, believing the blip to be a squadron of B-17s that were scheduled to arrive at Pearl Harbor later that day. Lockard and Elliott continued with their shift, leaving the installation at 8 o'clock for breakfast. It was then that they saw black smoke rising over the island. Far from being B-17s, the blips were in fact Japanese Kate and Val bombers, and Pearl Harbor had been their target. Over 2,000 people would die in the attack that might have been blunted if Lockard's warning had been taken more seriously. Following the attack, Joe Lockard would continue working radar throughout the subsequent war in the Aleutians. After the war, he worked for the Pennsylvania Railroad, Sylvania Electric, and AMP Incorporated until his retirement in 1986. Joe Locker died in 2012 and rests today in Harrisburg's Blue Ridge Memorial Gardens. Minor League Baseball has been a fixture in Williamsport for decades. The Williamsport Grays began play in the New York Penn League in 1923, which would eventually evolve into today's Class AA Eastern League in 1938. 3 years later, the franchise moved into historic Bowman Field when it first opened. The team would be renamed the Williamsport Tigers in 1946 when the Detroit Tigers gained affiliation with the team, and again to the Williamsport Athletics in 1953 when the then Philadelphia A's took over, before reverting back to the Grays name in 1954. This team won league titles in 1923, 1934, and 1960. It shut down in 1962. The loss would be filled 2 years later when the Williamsport Mets came to town. Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan pitched for the Mets, as did future ace New York Mets pitcher Jerry Koosman. The franchise dropped down to the Class A short season New York Penn League in 1968, at which point its affiliation switched to the Houston Astros, as too did the team's nickname. It switched again to the Boston Red Sox in 1971 before the team folded a year later. Eastern League Baseball returned to Williamsport in 1987 when the Williamsport Bills were formed. They would stay in Williamsport through 1991 before moving to Binghamton, and would be affiliate with the then Cleveland Indians, Seattle Mariners, and New York Mets during that time. One of the most unusual moments in the history of organized baseball took place in August 1987 in a game against the Reading Phillies. Bills catcher Dave Bresnahan secretly switched gloves with a Reading runner on third, with the new glove containing a peeled potato. After the next pitch was thrown, Bresnahan threw the potato past third base, enticing the runner to sprint home, where Bresnahan tagged him out with the actual ball. Furious at the attempted deception, the umpire gave the runner the score, and the Eastern League banned Bresnahan for his actions. Williamsport fans, in contrast, approved of Bresnahan's ingenuity and retired his number years later. After a 2-year hiatus, minor league ball came back again to Williamsport in 1993, when the Geneva Cubs of the New York Penn League relocated to Lycoming County. After 5 seasons as the Williamsport Clubs, the team was rebranded to the Williamsport Crosscutters when the Pittsburgh Pirates took over the team. Under the Pirates' ownership, the Crosscutters won league titles in 2001 and 2003. The Philadelphia Phillies assumed control of the Crosscutters in 2006 and were the organization's parent club until the New York Penn League was disbanded following a major reorganization of the minor leagues in 2020. The Crosscutters moved to the new MLB Draft League with several other former New York Penn League teams, and remain there today as beacons of Williamsport's baseball history.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hey! Did you know WYLN posts news stories, and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.